You swipe through social media, reading comments, and sharing group drama. You gossip about your coworkers, your neighbors, your friends. You know you shouldn't, but you can't stop. It feels irresistible, almost like a biological urge. That's because it is. Long before the internet, before newspapers, before writing even existed, our ancestors had their own information network. It ran on whispers, campfire smoke, and the most powerful data processor in nature, the human tongue. Episode 3: Prehistoric Gossip. To understand why humans love to talk about other people, we need to start with a chimpanzee picking bugs out of another chimpanzee's hair. In the wild, primates are deeply social creatures. But social bonds require constant maintenance. For chimpanzees, this maintenance takes the form of physical grooming, meticulously picking parasites, dirt, and dead skin from a partner's fur. It looks boring, but it is the most important activity in chimpanzee society. Grooming is not about hygiene. It is about politics. When a chimpanzee grooms another, it is making a social contract. I invest my time in you. When I am attacked, you defend me. The chimpanzees with the most grooming partners have the most allies. They rise in the social hierarchy. They get the best food, the safest sleeping spots, and the first choice of mates. But physical grooming has a hard mathematical limit. You can only groom one individual at a time, and grooming takes hours. A chimpanzee spends up to 20% of its waking life just picking through another chimp's fur. Because of this time constraint, chimpanzee social groups max out at around 50 individuals. Beyond 50, there isn't enough time to maintain relationships. The group fractures. Now fast forward to early Homo sapiens. Our ancestors' groups were growing larger, far beyond the chimpanzee limit. Larger groups meant better defense against predators, more effective hunting parties, and wider knowledge networks. But larger groups also meant you needed to track more relationships. Who shared food with you last week? Who stole from the communal pile? Who is a reliable hunting partner? Who is sleeping with whose mate? You couldn't groom 150 people. There weren't enough hours in a year. So evolution gave us a shortcut: language. And more specifically, a very particular use of language: gossip. British anthropologist Robin Dunbar spent decades studying primate social behavior. In the 1990s, he proposed a radical theory. Human language did not evolve to discuss philosophy or coordinate hunts. It evolved to gossip. Dunbar analyzed thousands of human conversations in cafeterias, offices, pubs, and public spaces. He found that roughly 65% of all human conversation is about other people. Not ideas, not work, not weather. Other people. Who did what to whom? Who can be trusted? Who can't? This wasn't a flaw of human communication. It was the entire point. Gossip was vocal grooming. Instead of picking bugs from one ally at a time, you could whisper a reputation update to 3 people around the campfire while simultaneously cooking dinner. Language multiplied our social grooming efficiency by a factor of 10. This allowed our groups to grow to 150, Dunbar's number. 150. That is the maximum number of stable relationships the human neocortex can maintain. It appears everywhere in human history. The average size of a Neolithic farming village, 150. The basic unit of a Roman army company, around 150. The average contacts in a modern phone we actually talk to, about 150. Our brains haven't upgraded since the campfire. You discover gossip's power firsthand when a stranger from a neighboring band approaches. He offers you a piece of obsidian in exchange for your flint scraper. Obsidian makes the sharpest blades in the Stone Age. It is a tempting deal. But before you accept, 2 women from your tribe grab your arm and whisper. He cheated the last trader. He gives brittle obsidian that shatters on first use. You hesitate. The stranger holds out the obsidian insistently. You test it against a rock. It cracks instantly. Thin, brittle, full of fractures. Worthless. Without that whisper, you would have lost your only tool. The gossip saved you from a bad deal. This is the origin of online reviews and reputation systems. Every Yelp review, every Amazon star rating, every "don't go there" text message. All of them are descendants of campfire whispers, just like this one. But gossip wasn't just a defensive shield. It was also the most powerful weapon a physically weak human could possess. The next morning, you watch the tribe deal with a free rider problem. A strong young hunter has been sleeping under a tree all day instead of joining the hunt. But when the hunters return with meat, he walks to the fire and takes a generous portion. Two women notice. They whisper. By afternoon, every person in the tribe knows that he takes, but doesn't contribute. When the hunters return the next day, they refuse to share meat with him. He complains. He threatens. But the tribe stands together. In the Pleistocene, your reputation was your survival currency. You could not survive alone. Without the group, you faced freezing blizzards, starvation, and predators with no backup. Being ostracized was not a social inconvenience. It was a death sentence. The freerider apologizes. He returns the berries he hoarded yesterday. He joins the next hunt. His reputation slowly rebuilds. Gossip had enforced cooperation without a single punch being thrown. But the real test of gossip's power came when the threat was at the top. A dominant hunter you'll call Big Jaw controls the tribe through intimidation. He always takes the biggest share of meat. No one dares confront him. He is bigger and stronger than anyone else in the group. But late one night, you spot something. Big Jaw is eating extra meat he hid behind a boulder. He has been hoarding food while others go hungry. You could confront him directly, but he would crush you. So you use the weapon of the weak. You whisper to the elder's daughter at dawn. She whispers to two others. By sunrise, 6 people know Big Jaw's secret. By midday, the entire tribe confronts him together. Alone, Big Jaw was dangerous. Against the group, he is powerless. He surrenders the hidden food. His dominance is broken, not by a fist, by a whisper. This is the evolutionary origin of political strategy and information warfare. A chimpanzee must physically fight for status. A human can destroy a rival without ever touching them. But gossip had a dark side. A jealous gatherer spreads a lie about the tribe's best hunter. He poisoned the water. I saw him drop something in the river. Panic spreads. The tribe turns against their best provider. Within hours, they demand he leave. One lie, and the group's most valuable member is about to be exiled. But the tribe elder holds up his hand. He walks to the river. He scoops the water, sniffs it, and drinks. The water is clean. The accusation was a lie. The tribe turns to the accuser. The elders mark her face with ash, a visible shame signal. She must sit outside the campfire circle for 3 nights. The best hunter returns. His reputation is restored. False gossip was so dangerous that tribes evolved counter-gossip mechanisms. Witness verification, cross-checking with multiple sources, evaluating the reputation of the gossiper herself, collective judgment by the elders. This is the evolutionary origin of courts, juries, and fact-checking. The battle between true and false information is as old as language itself. And we are still fighting it today, in courtrooms, on social media, and in every group chat where someone shares a rumor they didn't bother to verify. Now imagine seeing gossip from above. One person whispers to 3 others at the campfire. Each of them tells 3 more. Within hours, the entire tribe of 150 knows. The pattern is identical to a modern viral social media post. Same structure, same speed, same consequences. The technology changed. The algorithm didn't. With the conflict resolved, the elders hand you a polished bone bead, a symbol of your accepted status in the tribe. You tie it to your leather wrap, alongside the tiger tooth and the amber amulet. 3 souvenirs, 3 stories of survival. Gossip kept you safe in the tribe. But a much bigger transition is on the horizon. For 290,000 years, humans worked only 15 hours a week. We had no bosses, no wages, and no alarm clocks. Then we made the worst mistake in human history. We invented agriculture. Find out in the next episode.